that happened, and then obviously my having youths young, 17, 18, having to grow up when I didn't want to grow up. I was the king of flipping GoldenEye. You mad? Why am I leaving GoldenEye?
Go on.
Why am I leaving my front room? What's going on here? This whole thing called parenthood and family.
Mad.
Apparently, I got to leave my yard. My yard's the base. Anyone could tell you, everybody comes in my yard. Gunman. Oh shoot! Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's a
major one. That's what. Sorry.
That's a huge one. That's a huge one.
Let's go back. Let's go back to normal. Let's go.
Everyone reaches.
Yeah, let's go back to normal.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, let's go back to normal now. Sorry.
You got to chest.
No, let's sorry. No, but
say that.
Come on, let's go back to the
say
normal.
that. That was
cool.
just.
That was automatic. That was just an automatic alarm. That was
spot, man.
That was too big.
Yeah, not everyone.
Say
not
that.
everyone. Only the girl.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in my gaff. So my gaff is known as that
Yeah.
gaff. You can find gunman and nerds in the same place.
Yeah.
We all had a supreme passion for gaming. Like gaming was a thing, and when it came to like N64, Nintendo, Amstrad,
Pro
64,
Evolution,
I had everything. I had every single console, and then I had the base. So everyone was always in my house. So it was like I had to leave this thing to go and now pursue parenthood, and that was a hard transition for me. Do you know what I mean? So after that was like normal jobs, working, not used to people telling me what to do, timing, all the rest of it. Had to get used to the work culture. That? It was tough. So you get sacked from a couple of jobs. Do you know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. You just gotta get onto that rhythm and understanding it basically. And then when I started to make like more career choices, it was more like, all right, cool. By the time my younger brother and them started to come up now, and they've kind of the legacy that we left, like at that point, Justin the funny guy, but also street doing this kind of thing, comes as no surprise that them man have picked up the mantle for what was. And where I've gone out of the ends because I'm pursuing family and making sure my youth them are on the right track, that sort of thing, I'm hardly in the ends. So when I hear now, I'm coming back down, like my dad. It was almost like the whole thing happened again, where like, wait, what's this I'm hearing? Oh, your brother's involved in what? Then I'm going back down to the end. You know, and no, what had happened? What?
Man, just style
so
you.
I'm that guy. Yeah, style me out. I've only got here 4 hours. I've got a shift in the morning, so I'm leaving in a minute. You know I'm leaving too. So there's only so much. There's only so much you can do in it. So them man has picked up the mantle. So it was just weird seeing the whole thing go 360 and the same cycle committed to again. But I was raising family, so at this point when I'm coming down and in the man them's ears, can we go with that one? Man them's ears chatting.
Yeah, go on. No, we're just.
All right, cool. Say that. So when I'm kicking it with the man them and we're talking now, and I'm just speaking as a mentor or as an older bro, if that makes sense. Then man was saying, you know what? If you was in jail, like as an officer or something like that, man will hear you. But we're on road. We need to make money. We got to do what we got to do. But as if you was in that kind of space, because it's nothing but time. You're in jail 23 hours a day. Someone like you in jail, man will probably listen. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
So the man then planted the seed for me to even apply for a job to become a prison officer.
Oh, use a screw?
Yeah, big time.
Oh my
And that was
gosh.
in Feltham. So I had a very like, cool, I'm going to Feltham. Went through the training.
That's why we had the argument upstairs. Not argument.
No argument, never no argument.
No, but imagine, remember, I didn't know that. Remember when I said, I was like, I've got the PTSD. I was like, I've got PTSD because that's how Screws used to talk to me. No, but then remember, I was like, that's how Screws, and then he get me, he turned defensive. But I didn't know he turned defensive. You get what I'm saying? He's like, no. But yeah, that's why.
They said you got to pick if that's what you are.
It's cool. So it was weird because my initial journey into that into Feltham, it was quite intense because that's the first time of literally going to train with different sets of white people that I don't normally interact with, if that makes sense. And it's like you're interacting in their training school in rugby. You're there for months, etc. Then you pass out.
The training school's in rugby. That's where Only is.
You're there for months, and then you pass out. And then you go to whichever establishment you want to be in. So my thing was always Feltham. Everyone's like, you're crazy. I said, no, I want to be with the youth them and take it from there, start building those things. So went to Feltham. First year, I wouldn't say year, I say first 8 months for me was a complete culture shock. Because you got to imagine, this is the time of like honey trap killings and this is when man is just getting stabbed up regular.
What year?
This is 2000 and,
okay.
I'd say 2008.
Oh, late, boy.
Yeah, 2008. And these times in the ends, things is going on, but for Northwest, it weren't like North London or East London. Like, and Feltham's that remand prison that everyone goes there first before they go on. So, and when I say that, I mean in the terms of like, man that's from North London, everyone's got stab wounds. Normal, if that makes sense. Whereas on the ends, if you got stabbed, it was still like, okay, my man got stabbed. They're like, it was something. Whereas,
yeah, more man was getting shot than stabbed.
Yeah, but that was like early 2000. Then it kind of eased out for a little bit. The statistics say it eased out for a bit. But then there were still things going on tit for tat. Yeah. But North and East London, you got Hackney Bunch, you got Edmonton, you got North London. It was really kicking off. Tottenham and them. It was active. It was active. So that's the first time I was saying to myself, like, raw, these youths are just stabbing like non-stop, like things just active.
Did you twist up anyone, blood?
Huh?
Did you twist up anyone?
We'll get into that. So yeah, so we'll get into that. We'll get into it.
I can't believe
we'll get into it. Man had to do
the mandem.
Man had to do the dark.
I can't believe you twisted up the mandem.
Certain man had to get it.
Like, you know, like,
yeah.
Fam, you know when they get you, it's not a joke, you know.
It's curtains.
It's not a joke, you know.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
He was dealing with
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. So, in fairness, it's like this, yeah. Feltham is like, I think you got like 10 units in Feltham, right? From Albatross, Curlew, you know,
come on, man.
all the way through.
All the birds, innit? The wings.
Yeah.
Wings are the names of birds.
Probably like 30 youths on each unit. And why I say it was a culture shock thing for me was the rates of stabbings I was unaware of, because I was in my like kind of like middle class aspiring mode, right? My kids are all right. You know what I mean? Like, we're out the way. When I go to the hood, you hear these things that are still going on, but that's going to the hood and hearing. You get me? Like, this was like, you're in it now. You're bang, slap back in the middle of dealing with working class, because it's a class situation, working class madness, what the things that the youth them have to face and what they're dealing with is a madness. I was thrown in the middle of it. So a lot of it I couldn't relate to straight away, because in the ends, if I chat, the man am not doing madness in the ends, and I say, yo, what kind of idiot thing? Man, they gotta hear it. Whether they're gonna do something about it, they gotta hear it. Like, you're on some idiot thing, bro. I don't rate this, I don't rate that. We speak freely, and everyone has to account for everyone. We haven't got relationships where no one can't say nothing to nobody. It's a weird relationship thing. You can say anything to anyone. I don't care if you're a gunman. I don't like what you're doing. We're gonna have a conversation. You know the ones there. It's always been that way.
If you don't like it, you gotta link up round the back.
You know the ones there.
Out in the garden.
Yeah, you gotta get fixed up. You gotta go and get a fix up. But it's one of those ones where it don't matter who you are, man can still chat to you and really question where you're going with your thing. So to get into a space like Feltham and see that morality had gone through the window, because there's too many youths getting stabbed up now. These are 15-year-olds sporting big scars throughout their stomach, etc. One day I was walking with like 10 set of youths. Every day you're bringing youths to and from. I'm walking with 10 set, man. And I'm saying to the man there, are you not really on this thing like how you lot claim? Like, are you not seriously this active? And they said, what do you mean? I said, is everyone here stabbing people up? I said, what are you talking about? Of course, that's normal. And I was like, honestly, man, I see one of them raise his stomach. I said, what do you think this is? The next one, so what do you think this is? Next one, so what do you think this is? I said, rotted.
No, so but wait, they showed the screw, their name.
Yeah, the scars.
Oh, not that.
Not that.
They're going mad. That's what I was thinking, raw.
They were just showing me.
I was rating you. I'm thinking you didn't shift them.
No.
I was thinking, you didn't even shift them. They were just showing
me like scars and what they're dealing with. So I realized, there's been a shift. Like, and I've been out of it for a long time. When they see you out the streets, literally out. And now I'm kind of understanding that the culture shifted somewhat and youths are dealing with violence on a day in, day out. So I say that not to digress, but then obviously there was the honey trap killing, right? So
there's been a few. Which one?
The honey trap killing was the major one with the girl, so-called South London. Led dude to a certain spot, and they made a BBC show around it called Shack.
Okay.
Led him to an area, and the man them just corralled him and dealt with him.
There's another recent one in it, that madman with a fat girl, and you don't even know why he's done that.
Yeah, of course.
With the fat, you're thinking, why? What? That's the girl you. But
yeah. So it was back in the Dizzle. So this situation's gone down, and then the youth them were still there. So a couple of youth them are wedged, because they used to be rugby players. So a couple of youth them are wedged. They're on the thing, and they're making it clear, like, yeah, man, we're responsible for that. Yeah, and they're just putting it out there, like, big and bold. Rags. Yeah. And this is like, you got caught. You know what I mean? So even all the officers know that it's them, because they're just owning the thing. Then there was one youth in particular that, when you know officers mess, so where we eat, basically the officers, if you're in there working, you're enhanced, like, and you're a trusted.
Yeah.
You're a trusted prisoner. That's how come you can work in the offices, mess around their food, say nothing. So there was one youth in there that was working and really polite. Me and him I said, nah, he's part of the honey trap crew. So I just avoided him. So I just don't.
Was he part of it?
Yeah. Okay. So I said, I'm not really anyone that's around here running up and down on a bragging thing. I don't understand that. Morality for me is that when things happen, you still have to respect who's passed, if that makes sense. Your team might know, but you're not going to be running around like, and everyone's celebrating your thing. So
juvenile, innit?
This is one of those ones where, I realize it's a generational shift, right? So cool. So dude's in there, and you could see that I'm always avoiding him. So in the end, he broached conversation with me. You get me? And he's like, how come every time I'm in here, like, you're making a play past me? Are you cool? So I'm like, yeah, I'm cool, but I can know what you're associated with and that. And to be fair, man, I don't really rate the thing, to be honest with you, because man's been murdered and man's in here celebrating the fact I can't respect that. I got sons and that, and if this was the situation, is what it is. So he's like, yeah, I hear that. He goes, yeah, it was nothing to do with me. I'm like, yeah, that's what all the man them saying. And he goes, bro, I'm not playing. When you go into the unit, ask the man them. I was like, all right, cool. So I've gone back on the units and that, chatting, had a good relationship with the other man them. So I've said to him, yo, you see my man in the officer's mess? What did he do on the thing? He never do nothing. I goes, no, but he's facing a life sentence with you, man. So what do you mean? He said, he didn't do nothing. He said he came afterwards. He had nothing to do with it. So I'm like, wait, what's going on here? So I'm proper baffled now. That's when I'm hearing this thing called joint enterprise. Never knew what it was. Just hear it, like in passing conversation. JE, joint enterprise. Don't know what the hell the thing is.
Push your charge.
My man got life with everyone else. And we all
just from being local.
Imagine, he said his story, as straight as it was, he's coming home from Irish. I used to play for London Irish. He's coming back from rugby. He's come to the ends. Man's just running out. Like, yo, blow, blow, blow. He's like, what, go on? He's like, he looked, he saw you slumped on the floor, and he's like, raw. So he just ran with the rest of the man. The following day, he was going to Jamaica with his family. He's gone to Jamaica.
Mind games. That following day, going to Jamaica was mind games.
Yeah, but that was...
He booked that flight immediately. That was mind games.